This video was sponsored by Enhance, Elbilmek, ABRP Planner, Kempower and Bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? We are now sitting in the Zeekr 7X. This is actually the 100 kilowatt hour battery with the all-wheel drive. Yeah, the one that goes 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds. But maybe that's not too relevant. But we're gonna test now the headlights. Oh, what the heck? Phantom brake? No. Yeah, this is a very common scenario where many cars, even non-Teslas, will phantom brake. But yeah, apparently it has matrix lights, and I'm hugging the left lane because the right lane is a bit loud. We are now in the concrete surface. So, okay, I can show you guys. I want to talk to you, right? Because I don't want to be overwhelmed by the noise, then I'll be hugging the left lane. So sorry for my Norwegian-ness, Nisse driving. But the weird thing was that earlier, okay, I'm on the 1,000 kilometer challenge if you guys don't know, but earlier I checked in the screen, okay, adaptive headlights is on in the screen, in the car screen, and then you're supposed to push the stalk away from you, but every time I did that, it just showed as regular high beam without the little A in it. Right now we have the A in it, so the auto is on and the adaptive is going on, all right? So no, I think that was the last of the concrete. Okay, we can go back to the right lane now. So I've already been flashed at by a truck because it seems like it reacts late on oncoming traffic, or it turns off late. We're gonna see soon once we reach the car in front, but it seems like at least it blocks the car in front nicely. Okay, but it seems to have big chunks. Yeah, there you can see. Not as fine grain as an EQS or a Polestar, but those are kind of unique because they have pixel light, so they're super high resolution. But yeah, and I can do this. You know, I tend to do this because then then the matrix needs to work to block out the light. So I tend to do that to test and see what happens. Otherwise, it will appear to be a bit static. But yeah, you see that it already blocks the truck in front. That's good. As for oncoming traffic, let me see. Will it blink at me? No, it blocked out. Okay, see, it blocked out. Okay, that's good. Until it passes, and then it fires up. Well, I mean, it's doing an okay job, but when I get that flash against me, it's usually when I don't have any cars in front. And since we don't have some cars, then, well, it's doing a little bit of weird dance there. You see, it fire up the high beam and then it tone it down. What was that? Oil spill? Okay. But it's doing an okay job, right? And then when it comes to turning off the lights late, well, I've seen it so often now in German cars or in Swedish cars like Polestar, Volvo. It is so common that I don't know what to say. I get flashed at all the time with cars with the matrix lights. Because I wonder if the car is doing the right thing, which is to keep the light on long enough for your light cone to meet the oncoming light cone. But in a way, many people are used to turning off the lights too early, actually, which is not safe. So you should be able to withstand some glare or light against you, right? Just don't stare against it. Yeah. But many people probably don't like that, so that's why they flash at you. Okay, here we have more cars coming. I'm just gonna show you guys more scenarios, how it reacts. Well, I don't know. I mean, it just seems to work as most adaptive headlights or matrix lights, right? It blocks out oncoming cars. It blocks out cars in front of us. One thing, though, I'm looking for is that it doesn't do any weird flickering like some cars tend to do. It will try to fire up the beam at the car in front, for example, and then turn it off, and then turn it on, and then turn it off. That's not good. Yeah, let me see. It blocks out the cars. I mean, I don't know, but I get the impression that maybe the resolution is not that high. Even the IQ lights in the MEB platform, right, or Volkswagen or similar, I feel like they have better resolution. But at least the strength here is good. You can see it lights up the bush on the side. I like it. Wait, I'm gonna get flashed on? No? Okay. So the strength and the spread is quite good. Eventually we're gonna test that near Jessheim, because we are now on somewhat wide road, but also over here, which also matters, of course, I get the impression that it's pretty good. Yeah. But you can see the big segments. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Is that oh no, it's a bus. Yeah, there's a bus in front of us. Let's check again after that oncoming traffic. Yeah, and it lights up on the side, on the opposite side of the motorway. Some cars are pre-programmed to recognize motorways, and they don't light up the other side at all, which well, maybe it's not the best safety, I'm not sure, or maybe it's irrelevant since we have a barricade on that side anyway, so we don't care about what's going on over there. But it could be an animal there, right? That could jump over the fence. Oh, here we have a good, there. The oncoming truck went over a hilltop. I'm not sure if my lights was blasting on the truck or not. But okay, so just want to test different scenarios, but it seems like it's not doing any weird shit yet. Oh, what about signs? Oh, yeah, I didn't notice that. How does it illuminate signs? Can it recognize big road signs? Like here, you see? Yeah, there is a bit of flickering on the road signs, but it seems like it recognizes them and it doesn't blast the lights at the road signs. It tends to go at lower intensity. I like it. Some systems like Polestar doesn't recognize signs, and then the Polestar lights are quite strong, the Polestar 2, and I almost get blinded by my own lights, you know, the road when I pass by road signs. So here also we have more trees on each side of the road. You can see how it goes. Oncoming truck does not get blinded. There it fires. Yeah, this is actually very good. Yeah, now that I've seen it. Wait, what about car in front? I get the feeling that it's blasting right. Yeah, there. It should have blocked it out, the car in front. So the car in front might be a bit annoyed that it seems like I'm using the high beam on them, right? So yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you should be able to detect that. I mean, you see the red tail lights, right? It's quite clear. That's a car in front. What about the oncoming car? Oh, now we go behind this this bridge. No, it figured, it detected it. Okay. Yeah, so I think we tried enough. So far so good. Now we just have to try near Jessheim. Well, we are now back in Jessheim. It's 2:15 at night, so maybe not the darkest time, but we have cloudy weather. Yeah, it seems to be clouds. So then it's fairly dark. This is usually what we have around July anyway, right? So let's try now. The headlights. Wow! Huh, look at that. You see, this is why we need to test it on this stretch, because here the road is narrower and then you reach easier to the side of the road. You can see how bright it is. Wow! It has pretty good spread and also good strength. Let's see, low beam. Bam! Okay, but let's test something here. Okay, they don't turn in the curves. They don't do any refocusing either. In that regard, it's just fixed. But of course, if there's traffic, then it will be... Wait, huh? It's back on the manual part now. Huh, this is strange. Even though, let me check here. In the settings, is it set to... If I go to lighting here, adaptive is been turned off, on I mean. If I turn it off now and turn it on again, toggle it, and then I try this and no, Oh, you have to push it away from you. Ah, of course, my noobness. So now the adaptive is on. Yeah. And then if I pull it against me, then okay. Oh, okay. Against me it doesn't. Okay. Now it's auto. Push it away from me. It goes to manual and then auto. So you toggle between auto and manual here. So if it's manual mode now, if I pull it against me, I have this on and off. But if I push it away from me and then push it away and another time, then it goes to auto. Okay, now I learned that behavior because I think this is the first car I've tried that has that type of on-off switch. There's a deer to the right there. I'm not sure you can see it. There's usually lots of deers around here. So this is why we also need these good headlights to be able to spot the animal in time. But I think maybe for the sake of the test, should I go auto? Yeah, I think I should go automatic also over here. And when I okay, but then when I want to turn off, then I have to. Okay, then it becomes a bit slower. I have to then turn off auto because here, if you turn on auto, it will stay on as long as it's needed. Yeah. Okay, let's just have it on auto then. But now you can see good spread. The only minus, yeah, because they don't turn, is that you are slightly in the dark when you're in sharp curves. But overall, oh man, really good headlights. I mean, I'm gonna say that. Wait, maybe just, are we getting closer to the farm now? Just do the farm inspection first. Wait, is that, I see something there reflect. What? Okay, there's. Yeah, there's something there by the side of the road, which is another deer. Oh yeah, is it that this thing? Okay, I need to go manual. There, we'll see. There. You see how well we can see the animal. Okay, but let's go over here. The farm was slightly off, but that's. Well, let's zoom out. Yeah, well. Wow, look at that, huh? And then low beam, and then boom, huh? That's really good. Okay, let's get over here again. I have to make sure that the deer goes to the right, not suddenly changes direction to the left. Okay, but okay, really good headlights. It's kind of funny. Well, but the Zeekr, is it Chinese? Well, I mean, it was developed in Gothenburg, Sweden, so maybe it's more Swedish than Chinese, even though the owners are Swedish. I mean, the owners are Chinese, but what about NIO? I mean, NIO, lots of that stuff is developed in München, Deutschland, but the owners are Chinese. Yeah, so. But regardless of that, even if we look at pure Chinese brands like BYD, that doesn't have any development center in. Oh, there's another deer. Yeah, there's so much wildlife here. See? Okay. But what I'm saying is that Chinese brands, they have gotten better and better. I remember just 5 years ago, when I tried some of the first Chinese cars like MG and X back then, right? They had poor headlights, they had poor charging, they had poor interior. But then they gotten better with the interior and soundproofing. And then they gotten better with charging even. Like X-Bank nowadays charges at 550 kilowatt, and this car is 400 and, well, at least I peaked at 415. And also headlights. Chinese is getting better. So they're about to beat the Western brands or the German brands on every aspect. Wow. So, yeah, but I mean, headlights, yes, classic Ioniq, how good it is. In many ways, super efficient. okay, maybe not the best ride, or noise levels, it's known to be a bit loud. But also many people also know that the headlights on the classic Ioniq is not that great. But here, no, in 5 years when people recommend second-hand Zeekr 7X, nobody's gonna tell you that the headlights are bad. They are really good. Absolutely. Let me check something. If you do this, go auto, what happens if I get to the place with oh, it actually blocks out the road signs. I saw that. I also saw that when I was in Sweden, it recognizes large road signs and then blocks them out, or actually no, partially illuminates them so it doesn't become over bright. Yeah, but when you get to street light, then it yeah, goes to low beam. But yeah, I mean, this is really good. If I would give it score, okay, it lacks the turning and the refocusing in the curves. Maybe 8 out of 10. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but good stuff, man. This car just doesn't stop to impress me. It is so good in almost every way. Maybe the only minus with this 7X is the stereo system, at least the one that has the in-house Zeekr stereo. I'm not sure. I wonder, someone mentioned that it comes also with another stereo from Bowers and Wilkins. That's probably way better. But as for the headlight test, good stuff. So that's gonna be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.